Hello, I'm Mary Angela Saavedra. I'm the director of the Center on the Hill. Thank you for joining us for some brand new games. If you played with us before, we used to play Tri-Bond, which is where I gave you 3 things and you told me what they had in common. And we also played I Should Have Known That, which was a trivia game. And now we are going to start some new games. One is called Quizzle and the other is called Scaterbrainz. And I will show you how it works. You get a point for every correct answer. One of them has multiple answers, so it's great. So Quizzle is pretty obvious. I ask you a question, you give me the answer. Some of them are multiple choice, which is helpful, so you don't have to just think all on your own there. And the other game is called Scatterbrainz, and the way this game works is I give you a topic, and you list as many of the things as possible under that topic, and you get a point for everything you list that's correct. So an example that I'll use, which I'm not going to be using in the game, but will be movies in black and white. And then you list as many movies in black and white as you can think of. So I guess part of The Wizard of Oz is in black and white. So there's one. Another movie that's in black and white. I don't watch a whole lot of black and white movies. Alfred Hitchcock movies are always in black and white. How about The Birds? Is that in black and white? I have to look that up. Was Gone with the Wind in black and white and then became color? No, that was probably color. Wow, I don't watch many black and white movies. Ed Wood. Ed Wood was in black and white. That was a Tim Burton movie that was done entirely in black and white. Schindler's List? Wasn't that in black and white? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I am bad at this game already. Anyway, that's how it works. So for each round, I'm going to have 4 Quizzle questions, and then you'll get 2 topics for Scatterbrainz. So you could have a lot of points each round, depending on what you send. And as always, you'll email your answers to me at the end. So without further ado, let's start round 1 of Quizzle and Scatterbrainz. All right, we're going to start with the Quizzle questions first. So question 1. Which of the following statements is false? A, a group of kangaroos is called a mob. B, a group of whales is called a pod. C, a group of cats is called a clowder. D, a group of bison is called a keg. So you want to tell me which one of those is false, and I'll read them again. A group of kangaroos is called a mob. Seems plausible. Question B, a group of whales is called a pod. C, a group of cats is called a clowder. And D, a group of bison is called a keg. Tell me which one of those statements is false. Question 2, which one of the following is not an actual real phobia? So one of these things I'm about to tell you is not an actual real phobia. Which one of them is not a real phobia? Is it BLACKNAVELPHOBIA, the fear of being sucked into the gravitational pull of your own belly button? B, allophobia, the fear of flutes? C, genophobia, the fear of chins? Or D, HELMINTOPHOBIA, the fear of being infested with worms? They all sound awful, and I'm afraid of all of them. But one of them is not really a phobia. And don't worry, I'm going to spell it down here below for you. So is it A, BLACKNAVELPHOBIA, the fear of being sucked into the gravitational pull of your belly button? B, allophobia, the fear of flutes? C, genophobia, the fear of chins? Or D, HELMINTOPHOBIA, the fear of being infested with worms? Question 3. How many of the following stars were never cast members of the Mickey Mouse Club? So I'm going to list off some stars, and you tell me how many of them, which ones, were not members of the Mickey Mouse Club. A, Britney Spears. Brandy, B. C, Christina Aguilera. D, Willie the Talking Cheese Biscuit. Sounds suspect to me. E, Avril Lavigne. And F, Justin Timberlake. One of those people, or several of those people, were not members of the Mickey Mouse Club. So how many of them that I listed? You don't have to tell me who. Just tell me how many of those were not in the Mickey Mouse Club. Britney Spears, Brandy, Christina Aguilera, Willie the Talking Cheese Biscuit, Avril Lavigne, and Justin Timberlake. How many of those people were not in the Mickey Mouse Club? Question 4. What color is blue? Seems easy, right? What color is blue? Whew, Quizzle is puzzling, but I think that's the point. So, finally, the 2 topics for Scatterbrainz, and remember, you can list as many of these as you like. List romantic comedy movies. So, list out as many romantic comedy movies as you can think. 1 point for each one. And the second one is places where you commonly whisper. So list out as many places as you can think of where you commonly whisper. Email your answers to me at msaavedra@chestnuthillpress, that's PRES.org. Every correct answer gets you entered to win. And remember, with Scatterbrainz, the more you list off, the more points you get. And with the Quizzle questions, every correct answer there is a point. So you want to try and get the most points per round. That was round 1. Join us next week on Tuesdays. We'll have new rounds of Quizzle and Scatterbrainz. And thanks so much for playing. Have a great rest of your day.